Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Mystic Vale. This is a digital adaptation of a popular board game, admittedly one that I don't own. You can find this on Steam for roughly 15 bucks. Now, I did spend the last half an hour to an hour learning the game, and I gotta say it is very, very cool. It's kind of like a deck builder, but not. In a typical deck building game, every player usually starts off with roughly 10 cards, and they're all the same. And using these cards, you're going to earn money, and that money will allow you to buy more cards to add to your deck. And these players will grow their decks over a period of time. Not here. You start the game with 20 cards. Instead of buying more cards to add to your deck, you're going to upgrade your existing ones. Each card in your deck has 3 parts to it, or basically, I don't want to say 3 halves, because that's grammatically not correct. But there's a top third, a middle third, and a bottom third. Okay, so each card is divided into thirds. Some of your cards have something in the top third of the card. Some of your cards have something in the bottom third of your card. Other cards in your deck have nothing at all in them. They're completely blank. So as you play, you're going to be buying thirds, so to speak, like upgrade cards from a pool of cards, and then adding them to your existing cards. So over time, a card that started off blank might now have something in the top and middle third. Or a card that you had that started off with something in the lower third now has something in all 3 thirds. It'll make more sense when I show you, but think of it more as a card crafting game than a deck builder. There's also a push your luck element to it, which I'll get to in a little bit. Settings. Music, sound effects, windowed mode, fast mode, usable card prompts, purchasable card prompts, and include fertile soil. You don't have to worry about these other ones. Just leave everything default, and then as you figure it out, you can mess with that at your leisure. There is a quick reference here. Your deck consists of 20 cards containing cursed lands, fertile soil, and blank cards. Fertile soils allow you to earn mana, and this mana is used to purchase cards, okay, upgrades. The cursed lands, they will bust you during the push your luck part of the turn, and I'll get to that in a little bit. There are multiple phases. There's the planting phase, where you deal cards until you get to a total of 3 of those cursed lands, and then the game will automatically stop for you. Now, you have an option at that point to keep going, but if you get a 4th cursed lands, then you bust and you lose the rest of your turn. You also move on after that to the harvest phase. The harvest phase lets you use the mana that you've earned to buy stuff. And again, anything you buy will be slotted into an existing card that's out on your tableau. There's more things, but this is just the gist of it. Finally, the discard phase. Everything that's on your field will be pushed to your discard pile, and then you'll draw again until you have 3 of those cursed lands showing, and then you repeat the process when it's your turn again. Okay, more on the other stuff when we actually get into a game. Alright, so we'll just play a 2-player game on easy. There's easy, medium, hard. Just do easy for right now. Okay, it is my turn. Now what you're looking at here, there's 3 rows. The very top row are special cards that you can buy using spirit symbols. If you take a look at Blooming Arbor, for example, in the top right-hand corner, you can see a green and a yellow spirit symbol. As you purchase upgrades from the middle row, like this Podlings, for example, you'll see there's a little yellow symbol on the top left of the card. Okay, so you'll be adding these middle cards to your cards in your tableau, and then some of them will have these spirit symbols on them, which can be used to buy these cards up here. Some of these cards just grant you more symbols that you can purchase with. Others give you victory points at the end of the game. On the bottom right-hand corner, it says a gray 6. If you see a gray, like, cube, I guess, in the bottom right-hand corner, those are victory points that you earn at the end of the game. Okay? There's also blue cubed victory points. Those are earned as you play and count toward this pool on the bottom right. It says 23 right now. Whenever this 23 runs out, the game ends. So basically, you're trying to earn blue victory points to end the game, and then gray victory points to add to your total, so that you can hopefully beat your opponent. Okay? So you can earn as many gray victory points as you want during the game, but what really ends the game are the blue victory points that you'll earn from some of these cards too. So the middle row are cards that you can buy. Then the cost is in mana in the upper right-hand corner. This one costs 2, so I need 2 mana in my tableau in order to purchase this. Okay, and you can purchase up to 2 cards every turn. Some cards will break that requirement, but anyway. On the very left, there's a 9, 26, and a 30. The game starts you off by giving you the ability to buy these level 1 cards. And then when that runs out, level 2 cards will come out, and then finally level 3 cards will come out. And as you probably guessed, level 1 cards are easier to buy. Level 2, level 3, those are harder to buy, more expensive, but they give you more stuff. And then the 14s up here again, there's level 1 Veil cards. These are called Veil cards on the very top. There's 14 of those, of the level 1s and the level 2s. On the very bottom, that's your personal tableau. Your field, where the 5 cards are right now, that's my field. My deck is on the very left. The card that is showing is not actually part of my field. Its symbols do not count toward my mana total. If you take a look at the 5 cards that are showing here, I've got a cursed land. There's a blue and a red. The red is the cursed land symbol. That's the part where the push your luck comes into play. Again, you're going to deal cards in this phase up until you see 3, including the one on top of your deck. But again, the top of your deck does not count toward your mana that you've earned that round. I've got 1 here from this card. There's a blue one here that's 2. This one has 3. And this one has 4. And if you look on the right above it, there's a row. 3 cursed lands, 4 mana, 0 of all of these spirit symbols, and then any victory points I might have earned, blue victory points, are at 0 as well. So I've got 4 victory points. Now, I can push my luck if I want to. I can move this card from the top of my deck into my tableau, and then hope that my next card is not a cursed lands. If it's a cursed lands, I bust, and that's it. I'm done for my turn. I could do this to hopefully get more mana. The question is, do I want to do that? That's up to you. Right now, I've got 4 mana showing. I think that's good enough. So the yellow button means push your luck. The blue one means end this phase and keep what you have. All right, so now I can buy cards. I'm going to go ahead and buy this Moonwolf, for example. Now, as I said, the cards are divided into a top third, middle third, and bottom third. If you look on the tab on the left, these 2 mana dots here are showing in the middle of the card, the middle third. So that means when I buy this, I have to put it somewhere in a middle third. So I'm going to buy this one and put it here, and now it adds to this. Now on a future turn, when this card comes up, I'll get a total of 3 mana from this card, including the 1 cursed land there. All right, so I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. Note that I dealt a lot of cards until 3 of these cursed lands were showing. 1 on top of the deck, 1 here, and 1 here. That's a total of 3. Again, I can push my luck, bring this card over to my tableau, and hope that this next one is not a cursed lands. I've got 2 mana showing. I think that's good. I can buy maybe one of these fertile soils. I could buy a podling. This one, harvest. Other advancements add to this card cost 2 less. Okay, so if I wanted to get this, it makes other things cheaper to buy. Might be something to think about. Let's go ahead and keep what I have. And if I add this one to a blank card, then I can add a top half and a bottom half to this card for 2 cheaper. Okay, so I've got 2 mana showing. I'll keep it. I'll just buy a fertile soil, that's fine. I'll just add it to, say, this one down here. This will give me 2 mana when it comes up again. Now that was pretty crappy, but still, 2 mana is 2 mana. Just add that one there. So your cards start out crappy, but they get better over time. Just like a deck builder. Only in this game, you're not adding more cards to your deck, you're just making them better. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so I think I'll keep that. Now this one says, harvest, gain 1 mana for each of those, I guess, helmet symbols on this card. So other cards provide helmet symbols. I don't know if there's any here. I don't see any. Some cards in the deck have a helmet symbol, and if I add them to the same card, I'll gain more mana. This one also gives me a yellow spirit symbol by default. I think I'm going to add the Field of Flowers, though, just so I can get more mana. Okay, so I've got 2 mana showing, although this one says other advancements added to this card cost 2 less. So even though I've only got 2 mana, I can afford the Wellspring and add it to that card. Or I can buy this Dawn Singer's card and add it to that. I don't think I want to do that, though, because there's no knight symbol on this. Again, this card needs, I want to say knight symbol, helmet symbol. I need helmet symbols in order to really use this to its fullest potential. So I'm going to go ahead and add the Wellspring so I can start earning these symbols, these spirit symbols. Oh, I can buy a fertile soil. I guess I'll do that. Yeah, I guess that would be, I could add it to this, and that would be 2 less. This is 2 already, so I get it for free. Do I want to add that here, though? Yeah, yeah, might as well. I could use it. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I don't like pushing my luck, for the record. That's just the way I play. Here's a knight symbol. Unfortunately, the Dawn Singer card would take up this bottommost slot. You can't overwrite that. Like, you cannot have a lower third overwrite another lower third, so this card could not go here. So it's usually a good idea to, like, put these on empty cards so that you have more leg room. This one is, while in your field, you have 1 less mana to spend. Ooh. But I gain a green spirit symbol. I think I'll pass on that, though. This one gives me a mana and this brown bear spirit symbol. I think I'll add that to this one. Alright, now as far as victory points are concerned, you'll notice that some of these have, you know, the gray on the bottom right. And you'll notice on the right-hand side, I've got 5 banked for the end of the game. Again, that does not count right now. That counts at the end of the game. I've got 2 of these blue ones that I've earned as I've played. There's cards in my deck somewhere that are granting me victory points. I can also look through my discard pile if I want to. Don't see... Those victory points must have come from somewhere else. Alright, well, let's get out of here. And again, it doesn't matter how many cards you draw on your turn, so as long as you don't get 3 of these cursed land symbols. Notice I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards here, and only 3 cursed land symbols. 1 on top of my deck, 2 here. So you can draw as many as you want, but when you get to 3, you have to stop. Then you can push your luck if you want to. I've got 4 here. I think I will keep that. Let's go ahead and add, let's add this one. And then we'll add, hopefully we'll add some helmet symbols to that card. as time goes on. He's adding some fertile soils. Turn 9. Oh, I'm sorry. He's the red one, I'm the blue one. So he's got 2 and 5 victory points. No wonder I couldn't find it. Yeah, I've got 2 banked. He's got 5 banked. All right. I was looking at the wrong color. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and add the Field of Flowers up here. Yeah, that'll work. All right, a whole 3 mana, not very helpful. This one counts as 1 helmet, but I'd rather have more. If I were to buy anything, it would be a Fertile Soil, so I guess I'll just buy one of those. All right, 1, 2, 3. Again, not great. We'll add another... We can't add a Fertile Soil to this because none of these showing are for the top third. So maybe we'll add it to this one here. Okay, now I've got 5 mana to spend, although I can only add a card that has a middle or bottom. Is there anything? Okay, I could add the Hulking Thornhide. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, this one grants me 3 victory points every time it comes up. Although it counts as a cursed land and gives me a yellow spirit symbol. Alright, I think I will add that. I need to start earning victory points. Okay, 7 mana this time. I think we'll keep that. Alright, notice that one of these cards up here lit up. Because I've got enough symbols. The green and the brown spirit symbol. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this card for free. And that adds to my other tableau. And with 7 mana, this one grants me 2 victory points every time it comes up. It's worth 2 now. The Bear Totem gives me a green and a brown, is worth 1 victory point at the end of the game. This one cancels all... Ooh. Cool. That one cancels all of those nasty red symbols on a card. You know, I kind of need the victory points, though. I think we're going to go with the Will-O-Wisp, and we'll add it to this one. I'm behind on victory points right now, so I need to start catching up. I mean, it's one thing to continuously upgrade your cards with mana and spirit symbols, but if you don't get victory points, you're not going to win the game. So you kind of have to... Ooh, this is terrible. There's 2 on this already, and 1 popped up here. That's 3. So I've got 2 mana to spend. There's 1 here, plus the 1 from this Azure Lake. So... I have to push my luck. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I gotta push. Okay, that's a blank card. I got 3 mana showing. Still can't afford anything. Oof, I busted. Gotta skip my turn, move on to the next one. Now, whenever you do bust, this little blue symbol will light up on the top left of your bottom row. That gives you an extra mana for your next turn. So it's not a complete waste, but... Okay, so we've got 9 mana this time. I think that's good. Gaia's Chosen. +1 victory point at the end of the game for each symbol on this card, ignoring text effects. That might be something to think about, but... It takes up a middle. And it doesn't really fit well with any of my cards. This Swarm gives me 2 victory points at the end of the game. 4 immediately. You know, let's put that here. Yeah. And I've got 1 mana left. Can't spend it. Okay, I've got 7 mana again. Okay, this one says Grove Tender has it gives you 1 green for each helmet on this card. My 1 helmet is here, not gonna do me any good. This Plow gives me 1 victory point every time it comes up, and a green symbol, and a mana. And 1 victory point at the end of the game. Maybe I'll add the Plow here. I'm left with 2 mana. Can't buy anything else. At some point, my victory point cards are going to come up, and I'll be able to catch up to them. Okay, so I've got 10 mana to spend. 2 victory points when this comes up. 2 victory points at the end of the game. Purple. Magic Seed. Counts as a nasty red symbol, but gain 1 mana for each other card in your field. Ooh. Neato. But that just makes... There's greater chance that I'll have less cards in my tableau the more of these I add. But still, that's kind of nice. Alright, let's add this one here. Victory points it is. Alright, now I've got 1 victory point showing here on the Plow. So that'll be added to my blue number at the end of this round. Now, I only have 1 slot available here, so that's kind of crappy. I could buy this Dreadcoil Cobra. 4 victory points, counts as a cursed land, 2 victory points. That might be something to think about. Although it counts as 2. Oh, I spoiled. Oh, that stinks. I can't even play. Because this card has 2 on it. I dealt 1, 2, and then this came up 3, 4. So there's nothing I could have done about that. So I guess you got to be careful about adding multiple spoils onto 1 card. Because you could bust immediately. Now this turn I'm getting 5 victory points. There's 2 coming from this Will-o'-the-Wisp. And there's 3 coming from this Hulking Thorn Hide. And again, those victory points deduct from the main blue number here. Or, yeah, the number here on the right. Where the 19 is. Okay, so keep what I have. Buy something for 5. Gain 1 victory point for each helmet on this card. Alright, none of these cards have that. You know what? Let's do this one here. Oh, I can't. Doesn't fit. Crap. Bugger. Okay, let's just do the Moonwolf. It's a very close game. We're tied in victory points at the moment. Okay, so I've got 8 showing. However, I need the cards... I need to buy something that's going to fill the bottom half, and there's no card in the purchase row that has a bottom third. So I need to push my luck. And I got a Cursed Land. Of course I did. Alright, 4 victory points coming at me this turn. I'll keep the 8 I have. And... Well, 4 victory points. That is so tempting. I'd love to add... This Lifebringer Seed is kind of nice. Cancels all cursed lands on a card. Like, I could put that one here, and I have 3 mana left, but I couldn't purchase anything else with it. All right, I'm going to still go with the victory points on this. I want to just put this here by itself. Actually, I'll put it next to this one. All right, turn 22. 5 victory points are being deducted, or is going to be deducted from the pool given to me here. Let's take something that will, I'll get 10 victory points. We'll grab whatever we can that gives us the most. That gives us 2 here. There's a helmet symbol. Another hulking Thornhide for 5. And I'll have 5 left. I can also buy one of these other cards up here too. I've got a green and a yellow. Well, this purple one is like a... That's like a wild. You can use it for anything. If you were to spoil, you may discard this card to gain 1 green. Oh, that could have been useful before. This one gives me 2 victory points. I think I'll buy that one. And as far as buying from here, this one grants me 1. It's a tough call. Like, I'm nearing the end here, so I'm trying to think of the best way to go about doing this. Maybe I'll just add this one. Yeah, I'll just do that. 2 more victory points. Alright, final round. I've got 8 mana. I guess I'll buy whatever gets me the most victory points here. The Bear Totem. Now, can we buy... I could do a Moon Wolf for 4. And a Druid Song. So I could do 1. And 2. Alright, final turn complete. And it looks like I got first place. Not too shabby. 33 to 22. And again, it was a combination of gray and blue victory points. Alright, so hopefully this gives you a small taste as to what you're in for should you decide to pick up this game. I personally like it. If you guys want to see more, let me know. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.